So I know you guys mentioned influences. I know you both said the Beatles, but who else had like a massive influence on y'all's playing?
Well, it's funny because I've been meaning to do a YouTube video about this, and like I said, the kind of the obvious ones, the Zeppelin. I didn't really get into Hendrix until later.
Okay.
I was really into Yes and kind of like prog rock.
Sure.
In the 70s. And then I kind of started to become a little bit of a jazz snob. And then also with the whole focus on moving to LA, I started listening to LA session musicians. So I would go to record stores. In fact, I had a job in Indianapolis at a record store where they hired me to come in at 8 o'clock after I was done teaching lessons at the store I was working at. And I would be there from 8 to 10 because they had a girl working there and they didn't want her to be alone.
Okay.
And so he just gave me an album in an hour.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which, again, minimum wage was like $2.50 and records were like $5 an hour. The funny thing is I always felt bad. I always felt like I was ripping them off if I took a $5 record. So I always just perused the cutout bins.
Sure.
And those were like 99 cents. So most of my most of my record collection is from that year that I did that.
That's so cool, man.
And I would be reading credits. So I would just look at album credits. And if Lee Ritenour was on it, Larry Carlton was on it, Jay Graydon was on it, Robin Ford, if any of them were on that record, I would buy it. It could be the worst record in the world, but if those guys were on it, it didn't matter.
Those were the guys.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And so that was a huge influence on me. But also some of the guitar players, like my teachers that I took lessons from, there's a teacher named Scott Ballantyne, phenomenal guitar player. He taught me a lot of stuff. And then I ended up teaching at the store that he owned. Okay. So he hired me to be a teacher there after he taught me everything he knew. Yeah. And then another guy named John Dinwiddie who dated my sister, and he was a really good guitar player and had a very unique style, like a unique phrasing that was like the first time I ever knew anyone personally that had their own sound. It was like the first time I ever met someone that actually had their own sound. Yeah. And I actually bought my first Les Paul from him.
Oh, interesting.
Like a 70s Les Paul that I got from him.
Still have it?
No. It was a fretless Wonder. I don't know if you know what those are. But
no, I've never heard of that.
It's just the like classic mid-70s Gibson like New Orleans era where they had just notoriously low frets. They were just tiny little frets.
Yeah. You couldn't bend it.
Couldn't bend it. It was buzzy.
The string would go under your string would go under your finger.
Nightmare.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Cool looking though.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful guitar. Yeah. I actually traded that, I think, for a G&L.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I needed a Strat. Yeah.
It actually worked. What about you, Alex? Any session players come to mind or artists that really defined your playing?
Well, I was always into the kind of minimal guys, the minimalist, particularly Americana guys. Okay. People like John Leventhal, Buddy Miller, T-Bone Burnett. I was really into those guys. The guys that could play like two notes, and you're like, those are the perfect two notes. Wow. Like I didn't care. I kind of determined early on that I was never going to be a super fast player. Sure. It's never my thing, but I could play with feeling, and that was like, okay, I want to get this. Get feeling and emotion and groove and all that, and get that dialed. Because I'm never going to blow anyone away with my shredding.
Sure. And I think sometimes less is actually I think all the time less is more.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. And people, I mean, if you look at John Mayer, for example, one of the most legendary guitarists who can do so much compared to someone like Yngwie Malmsteen, right? It's incredible, but they're just completely different, right? They evoke different emotions. So It's always good to be aware of that. I love that, man.
Serve the song.
They serve the song. Session players take notes. Serve the song right there.